Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. So last week I was at the market in Amsterdam to buy some notions and I ended up running into this fabric in one of the fabric stores. It was on sale. I got it for €6 per meter. It is a beautiful floral print on white. It's cotton, and as soon as I saw this, I knew that it had to come with me. I knew that it had to become a dress, and in fact, I knew pretty much exactly what dress this asks to be. So that is what I want to make today. It is a dress that I don't have a pattern for, but I think I'm gonna try and hack a different pattern to at least help me along with this a little bit. Oh, it's so pretty. And this is such a soft and comfortable fabric as well. It does have a little bit of stretch though, so I think it might actually be a cotton blend. We'll see how this behaves once I use it. So anyways, what I would really like to do is make a dress that has puffed sleeves, like the ones I'm wearing right now, and a gathered top. To make that, I might use the pattern for my dirndl blouse, because that is pretty much that. This right here is pretty much exactly what I'm going for. All I'd need to do is, instead of a ribbon, just close this up the bottom and shorten the sleeves a little bit, and I'm pretty much set. And I would probably straighten out the back here to not have a V, but yeah, other than that, I think this blouse is pretty much what I'm looking for. And then I would like a tight section around the midriff. Seems to be a recurring thing, but I just really like that. I promise not all of my dresses that I make this season will have that, but I just really like the look and I think it will go well with that shirt top. So there'll be a little bit of tightness around the midriff, and then from the waist down, I think I want to do a circle skirt with a ruffle on the bottom. I think that's going to be really cute. A little problem there is I am not entirely sure how you would make a ruffle on a circle skirt in an economical way, because the bottom edge of a circle skirt is round and a ruffle you would normally make out of a straight cut piece of fabric. I think I'll just have to see if that works at all, because I would really like to avoid having to cut, you know, huge circles, because that would waste a lot of fabric. But maybe if you just gather it enough, it kind of forms a circle of its own and it might work. But, you know, I'll cross that bridge once I get there. First, I think I will just start working on the top, go from there. Oh, I love this so much. This is such a lovely, summery floral fabric. I absolutely adore it. Alrighty, let's get started. Here is the front of my top. It is very long, as you can see, which is great because we can gather all of that up into a more compact shape. So what I'm going to do now is make gathering stitches along the top here, as well as all along the bottom. The original pattern calls for a casing here so that you can put a drawstring through, but obviously I want this to be a fixed dress, so I'm going to do gathering stitches down the bottom instead. And since I'm making, of course, a different garment, I think I want to do a side zipper on the dress. Leave one of the sides at least partially open when I attach the back of the dress, so that I have room to install a zipper here, or at least the beginning of a zipper, because of course the rest will be covered by the midriff piece, which I still have to make. So yeah, let's do the gathering stitches first. I think I'm gonna have gathering stitches along the bottom of the back as well, and then I'll move on to the next part. The top is getting somewhere, and the next step now is to bind the neck edge up top. And you're supposed to do this with bias tape, either bought bias tape or bias tape that you made out of the fabric. But I found this ribbon in my stash, which is such a good color match. I think this would be so cute with it. And I would really like to use this. The only problem is that it is very narrow. I don't think it's wide enough to actually cover both sides, unless I'm really, really careful. But I like this color combination so much that I want to give it a try, because if this works, then I could use this ribbon to add color accents in other places as well on the dress. Oh, how cute would this be along the waist as well? I can always go ahead and do this by hand. I'll try and make it work with the machine first, because that would be a lot faster. Before we move on with sewing this dress, I wanted to take a little moment to talk about today's sponsor, because this video is very kindly sponsored by Function of Beauty. Function of Beauty make customizable hair care that is tailored specifically to your hair's goals and needs. Anything that you need to make your hair look as good as possible, they can do it for you. Everyone's hair is different from person to person, of course, but your own hair can change over time as well. And I love that when you notice these changes in your hair, you can adapt your Function of Beauty formula to fit your new hair type or whatever new goal it is that you are looking for. So I recently switched to a formula for wavy hair, as I discovered that my hair is not as thick straight as I thought it maybe was. So I switched to a formula made specifically for wavy hair that is going to be much more nourishing and kind of fit for my hair type. I have been using Function of Beauty for years now, and ever since I've been using it, my hair has felt so healthy, shiny, strong, and it has just looked really good, which is a huge confidence boost for me personally. Function of Beauty products are cruelty-free, they are 100% vegan and not tested on animals. All the products are tested internally on volunteers, never animals. Their products are sulfate-free, paraben-free, and dermatologist tested, and the brand is also sustainability focused, which is always a huge plus in my book. And something else I really love, which just makes the process of washing your hair a little bit more fun, is that you get to customize pretty much everything about your formula, not just the formula itself, but also the color, the scent, and the name that they print on the bottle. It is really simple to get your custom formula. You just go to their website, there is a little quiz there that you take that determines your hair type, your hair's needs, and the goals that you want for your hair, and then it walks you through choosing all of the fun stuff like the scent and the color and everything, and then your custom formula is delivered straight to your door. It is now easier than ever to try Function of Beauty's top-rated hair duo of shampoo and conditioner. You can get 20% off of your first 16-ounce set when you click the link in my description box right below. And I also recommend becoming a member to get exclusive perks such as free shipping and early access to new products. So definitely be sure to check them out. I can highly recommend Function of Beauty. Thank you so much, Function of Beauty, for sponsoring this video. And now let's move on with the sewing. Okay, it's a new day. The top came out pretty well, if I may say so myself. I did end up binding the edge here with that ribbon. It came out alright. I had to do the back by hand, but it didn't even actually take that long to do, so I'm very satisfied with that. What I want to do with the midriff, I think, is just to drape it on the mannequin. It worked last time I did that, and I think it's the easiest way to determine the size of it. Let's just go ahead and do that. I think I'm gonna go straight in with the actual fabric. I'm working on the sleeves right now, and I have come to the point where I need to make the elastic that will allow the sleeve to ruffle. You're supposed to attach a channel on the inside of the sleeve, but I thought it might actually be really cute if I use that ribbon as a channel for my elastic to go through, and I did it on the outside so that it's visible. I think that might look really nice, be a nice little accent. Okay, the top is more or less finished and I absolutely love where this is going. I think it looks really cute and this came out perfect, exactly how I hoped it would. So next up, I'm gonna start working on the skirt for the attachment, because I attached this bit to the midriff with a French seam because I thought that would be the neatest, most secure way to do this, because this fabric is very free. But I think I'm going to attach the waist, not with a French seam, but just fix that in a different way, because I do need all the length I can get from this, because it came out a tiny bit short. I think if it was 1 or 2 centimeters longer, I would have had a little bit more wiggle room, but it's not. So I think I'm just going to attach the waist to this and maybe do an overlooking stitch to make that secure. But anyways, I'm going to do a circle skirt. I have determined that I'm going to do a circle skirt and then just make a straight band of ruffle around the bottom and see how that turns out. So now I just need to determine what length I want my skirt to be and what length I want my ruffle to be. I realized just in time that this is actually a directional pattern and that I need to consider that direction when I'm cutting out my skirt. But yeah, like I said, I figured that out just in time. So I do have 2 sides that have the pattern in the right way. So the center, both the front and back, is placed correctly. And the sides aren't too noticeable that they kind of bend off. But yeah, this is the basic circle skirt. And I also already have my ruffle, which is very, very long. And this is fully basting stitched and hemmed. So really all I need to do now is attach this to the skirt, attach the skirt to the dress, and then maybe a couple finishing touches and I'll be completely finished. Really excited. I'm gonna have to find a way to distribute this ruffle across this skirt somewhat evenly now. I spent all day yesterday just doing the skirt. It had 7.5 meters of ruffle, which is a lot of hemming, a lot of basting stitches, but it is now finished. The skirt, it's done and it's attached, and the dress is pretty much done. I also sewed in the zipper yesterday, so that is done as well. And honestly, it is nearly finished. All it needs, I think, is something that I just really want to do, and that is to attach a little bit more of that blue ribbon right here around the waist. I would love for this to be a band around the waist that ties into a bow at the front. I just think that would be really, really cute. And that is honestly the last thing it needs, and after that it'll be finished. The dress is finished. I love it. Oh, I am so glad that I'm finally making stuff again that I actually like. It is so cute. This is pretty much exactly what I had in mind when I set out to make this project, with the exception of the blue ribbon, which I ended up adding later and actually really like. I think it really gives the dress a little bit extra. Helps to break up the quite busy pattern a little bit and tie the whole thing together. So I really like how this came out. I love how voluminous the skirt is, and the ruffles on the bottom give it a little bit of extra weight, which makes it move in a really interesting way. Like the swish is different from a normal circle skirt, which I absolutely love. I think the length came out perfect. Overall, I just think this is a really cute design. It is very girly and frilly, but also very wearable. This is just the perfect casual summer dress, and I am sure I will wear this a lot in the upcoming seasons because it's adorable and very wearable. I feel like I can easily wear this in whatever setting and just be good. I'm very glad I did the bow here. I think that really adds that little touch that I was looking for. One thing though is that I do think the ribbon accentuates that the waist isn't completely even, because obviously I draped that, and now you can tell that here the midriff bit is a lot narrower than on the other side, where I could actually have used this ribbon to mask that. So I might actually remove a little bit of the ribbon, like this bit here, go over and fix that, so lower it a little so that it looks like the waist is all even. But honestly, that is the only thing. It's just a little bit lopsided around the waist. I really like how the sleeves came out as well. Just, oh. This is today's result. And this is where I am going to end this video, so I really hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out Function of Beauty in the description box below. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for lots more sewing, but also fashion, beauty and lifestyle content. And of course, the move is coming up very soon, so keep an eye out for all the moving content very soon. In the meantime, there is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you so much for watching once again, guys, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!